Thank you, Re Elias. Um, so you spoke about what we agreed on yesterday, and even though we've had unfortunate news, yesterday we committed to celebrating this weekend, and in particular, at the round table yesterday, we agreed to celebrate education, we agreed to celebrate life, Magogo and Mkulu, those who have made it possible for us to be here. We've agreed to celebrate purpose and dedication. And in that spirit, I'd like to invite Bishop Mpumlwana and Bishop Shabalala to lead us in a celebration of life. And may I please invite someone to help the bishops to the stage in song. We'll join you. Bagereki. How? The bishops are just going to walk to the stage in silence.
Please be seated. Then there was light. Thank you, Program Director, and thank you, Masilela, for explaining why we are here and why we need to do this part that we have never done before in this event. As we begin, I would like to request all the clergy that is here to come help us as we celebrate the lives of Umkhulu Butongo Masilela, no Mama Sali Motlana. Sometimes we think we are good in planning, and we do that, and we think now our plans are perfect, only to find that God has His own plans. God's plans are at times difficult to accept or even to understand. But He saw it fit that tonight we will be remembering the two most important people in the lives of the Masilela family, and also in the life of our guest speaker for tonight, who is not here with us today as it has been explained. We knew that we were going to celebrate Mkhulu's life because that happened before we came here. And for those who may have not heard, when Mkhulu passed on, it was a month or so, or hardly a month, after the passing on of Usis Joanna. And I want us, as we begin this session, to really think of the Masilela family, what they are going through during this time. I want to thank God for the two brothers here, Lucky and Elias, for giving them the strength to come and sit here with us this weekend for this event to go through. It is not easy, but we thank God that He is giving them the strength that they need to be able to do this. They were and still are healing from the loss of Usis Joanna, and now comes the passing on of Ubab Masilela. I also want us to think of the family of our guest speaker, and I think Bishop Mkumlane will talk more about that, about her, about Mam Motlana, as she also served with them in the SACC executive. So he will be saying a bit more about her. But I'm only asking all of us to put these families in our prayers, not only today or now, but even when we depart from here and go back to our respective homes. Pray to God that He continues to give them the strength that they need. Earlier on, I read from the book of Micah, depending on how you want to read it. And the verse that I read, I want to repeat it now. Chapter 6, the verse number 8. And it says, He has told you, O men, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? But to do justice. So this is now a different version I'm reading from. But to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God. We are here because the Masilela family started a journey, a very humble journey. If you follow the history as it is told or as you read it from the books that have been written, you hear a lot of things that you think, but why is this important? But the simplicity in the life of the family, which went a long way in helping others. We are celebrating Magogoism. We are today celebrating Mkulu, who may have easily said, not in my house. But in humility, he accepted to have many people go in and out of his house. Sometimes as Christians, we think our Christianity is only shown when we are in services that are high-spirited, when we speak in tongues, when we have elaborate and glamorous occasions and services. Then it's like this is where we express our faith, our Christianity. Yet, what God is saying here, what he requires, is simple. It's just the basic things that we all need to survive. And he says, what he requires is that we do justice. We are kind to one another. We treat others as God's image. We see when they need help, and we extend a hand to assist. Over the past 15 years, this is what the family has been showing. But showing something that they've been living before the legacy event started. And I just want us to, as we think of the family, the Masilela family, and as we think of Mkhulu in particular, to remember the simplicity in all this. Here it is maybe extravagant where we are now. But at the Masilela household, life is just simple life, where you take care of the next person. Mkhulu, at some point, would get sick. He still knew that there is a God. When we visit him as a church, he would always appreciate that. When he lost his legs at different occasions, he would always complain about that, but also make jokes about that. And the spirit that he had never made him forsake God or say God has forsaken him. He walked humbly before God. And we're always thinking, what is going on in his mind when he loses his children? He always walked humbly with God, even during such times. So for me, as we celebrate his life, I just want us to remember and to think of the simplicity. Because sometimes we think we need big things and a lot of money to do great things for God. God only wants us to share the little that we have. And in his grace, he multiplies the little that we have. And we are able to share with many people. One year, he asked that we pray to God to give him a few more years. And I asked him, what are you going to do with these years? And he was like, what is it, Mkhulu? And already at that time, he was weak and he could not do a lot of things. Later on, I asked, but this is a man who lived a very simple life, but impacted many lives. And as it has been said this morning when we were at the Methodist Church, that the lives that the family lived affected not only South Africa, but other countries in the region. We will be praying, but before that, let me ask Bishop Mpumlwane to also say a few words.